Welcome to the Alchemy of Sex and Spirit, where sex, psychology and spirit meet. In this episode, we'll explore the 7 stages of love. It might just change everything. To know more about sex and lovemaking, we need to get to know more about love. In the same way that explorers of the world began to discover the physical land masses of the Earth, astronomers, the planets, and scientists, the energy fields, we, human beings, in the process of our soul journey, have the duty and responsibility to explore the ocean of love. Love is an endless voyage into a bottomless ocean. And as we explore the depths of this ocean of love, we discover a love that heals, is indestructible, and the supply that's inexhaustible. But as this voyage is into the unknown, it's helpful to begin with a map, albeit an imperfect one. Such a basic map I call the 7 stages of love. Stage 1. Family love. The earliest expression of love that we experience is usually through family love. The parent loves the child. Family love is the most basic yet influential expression of love. It appears to be imposed upon us. We don't consciously choose our family. In the best cases, family love forms a secure and firm foundation of safety and trust upon which the child can develop self-esteem and personal confidence. In the worst case scenario, the child learns to associate love with pain and hurt. And between the two, there lies a common ground shared by most people, where love is associated with desire for more. Family love includes not only parental love, but also sibling love. Sibling love is usually very different from the love received or felt for parents. Brothers and sisters may fight, hate, feel jealousy, generosity, enmity, loyalty, devotion, protectiveness. They may try to control one another, exercise power over the other, vie for their parents' attention or favoritism. All seems to be fair in love and war. Stage 2. Friendship love. As time goes by, the child finds further expressions for love. It usually comes next in the form of friendship. Without losing the family aspect of love, the child expresses feelings for another person of roughly the same age and gender, and this other person becomes a friend. This friendship might be temporary, or it might last throughout a person's entire lifetime. The feelings expressed within friendship love can bring great satisfaction and happiness, a sense of personal growth and independence from the family. This is a sign that the child is changing into a more autonomous being. Friendship love has all the advantages and benefits of family love: loyalty, devotion, protection, patience, generosity, but with this great difference: we get to choose our friends. Feelings can become confused within friendship love, usually dependent upon whether the young person has been able to establish a secure sense of self based upon family love experiences. It's as though love has building bricks that are ideally built one upon another, just as bricks are arranged securely in order to create a building. But confusion of feelings can sometimes arise when the emergence of romantic love arises within friendships. Adolescence often experiment sexually with their friends, especially friends of the same sex. This is common and should be considered as normal emotional and sexual development. It's neither good or bad, so long as the friends don't identify too strongly with this level of expression and classify themselves as necessarily oriented towards the same sex in relationships for life. Stage 3. Romantic love. Romantic and erotic love is a natural expression beyond friendship love. When expressed within a safe and connected relationship, romantic love plugs the human being deeper into life. Romantic love makes the world appear in technicolor, everything in high definition. Lovers are happy, sometimes ecstatic. Through romantic love, the lovers are connected to a motivational force that seems to dissolve all other practical problems and concerns. They get up in the morning with a spring in their heels and retire to bed at night dreaming of happiness ever after. Navigating the terrain of romantic love, however, can be daunting and sometimes a traumatic stage of the journey. Romantic love is expressed through feelings, bypassing reason. Sadly, the voyage into romantic love is often commenced before the voyager is equipped with compass or map. And there are underwater creatures waiting to stalk the intrepid voyager who ventures through this deep ocean of romantic love. The first creature is called longing. This is accompanied by another called fantasy. Further poisonous and scary snake-like creatures called dependence and attachment lay hidden in the ocean depths. Pleasure, pain, disillusionment, craving, and false expectations all lie in wait for the traveller to grow faint and weary. Any of these hostile underwater creatures can pounce at any time upon the exhausted explorer. As soon as its teeth have sunk into the victim, the remainder of the journey through the ocean depths of romantic love now appears as a frightening experience, associated with tension and the need for strong defense. At this juncture, many explorers give up and return to the comparative safety of family or friendship love, or alternatively, self-imposed isolation. Any one of those places appears like an oasis to the wounded explorer. And the period of recovery and recuperation should be for a limited or even predetermined time, but sadly, many wounded travellers remain in confinement for the remainder of their life. Stage 4. Brotherly love. Up to now, we've seen how human beings grow through the stages of love referred to as family, friendship, and romantic love. The fourth stage is brotherly love. This fourth stage is frustrating. Brotherly love is an ideal. The idealist will strive for the attainment of brotherly love to unite the human race. It will cross all cultural and political lines. It will destroy barriers of class, social, cultural, sexual, and racial. Wars will end and peace will reign. Mankind will come to the aid of one another, and the earth will be cared for by those who inhabit the planet with love as their guiding force. Such bearers of brotherly love work tirelessly as activists, demonstrating against war, violence, divisions and pollution. Magazines and websites are published and distributed, printed on recycled paper to preserve forests. Yet wars continue. Divisions and prejudices remain. Violence commonly erupts during peace demonstrations. Beneath the surface of brotherly love, if one were to scratch at the veneer, there exists the same flaws of tribal love that are the seeds of all divisions between cultures, national territories, races, and religions. The threshold. Up to now, we've looked at family, friendship, romantic, and brotherly love. All of these are wonderful, mysterious, often painful, yet potentially exhilarating expressions of love. Yet these are merely a time of preparation. For the voyage into love to continue, if it's to become a healing force, our relationship with love itself must be transformed. Up to this stage, we've been the recipients of love, based on meeting my needs. Family love meets the need for security and self-acceptance in the infant, the child, the adolescent. Friendship love meets the need for growth, independence, and confidence. Romantic love meets the need for happiness, creativity, and personal fulfillment. Brotherly love meets the need to discover meaning and purpose in a suffering world. These expressions of love are necessary, but if love ends here, we'll be left with questions that have no answers. Experiences of love that involve pain and sudden endings. If we continue to be recipients only, love will appear to reach a ceiling, a plateau. For love to become a healing power, we must have the courage to continue the voyage beyond this apparent boundary line. We must somehow discover love beyond the interests and confines of the individual self, including the confines of individual family, tribe, or culture. The voyage into love must enter a new phase. We have entered new territory. The air has changed. The boundary between the ocean and the sky has disappeared, one merging into the other. Stage 5, selfless love. In the 5th stage, love based on meeting my needs transmutes into love that meets the needs of others. Love reveals itself as an active, intelligent force. Love now takes on a life of its own and calls to express itself through me. Love desires a relationship with me, and although I continue to have the choice to respond or to resist, I no longer have the will to resist this call to love. No longer do I consider love as simply something that is embodied in others, parents, friends, lovers, or colleagues, but a living force that's accessed within, an impulse urging me to express it. As the voyage continues, I see all beings as though they were of my own family, an extension of myself. This is the love that's a spiritual teaching. Love your enemies. It's with this love that we're empowered to turn the other cheek when being attacked, insulted, wrongly accused, mistreated, misjudged, or misunderstood. It's selfless love that impelled Mahatma Gandhi to gain freedom for his people through a policy of non-violence in the face of mighty military power. When we reach this stage of love, we gradually find anger and fear dissolve. Fearful reactions, emotions, and destructive actions increasingly diminish. Selfless love still makes us feel good, however. It's not entirely sacrificial. Selfless love produces the state of real happiness. Stage 6, unconditional love. Unconditional love requires nothing from you. Knowing you through and through, unconditional love goes on loving. Unconditional love requires nothing for itself. It simply loves. This expression of love never fails, never ends. Unconditional love bears the unbearable. It can't be destroyed. Unconditional love has no agenda. You owe it nothing. Differences and individuality are honoured and appreciated without prejudice of any degree. The idea of separation is absurd. Unconditional love heals because healing qualities are the essence of love's energies. If you were to love even an inanimate object with this quality of love completely unconditionally, it would change in appearance. Unconditional love is the divine feminine, the creative energy behind everything that can be seen or felt. Unconditional love could be described as the love of the Divine Mother. I sat with my own very elderly mother as she entered the advanced stages of her dying process. As I sat quietly by her bed only a few days before she passed away, she suddenly sat upright, looked me straight in the eyes and said, "David, you know I'll always forgive you, whatever you do." She then promptly went back to sleep. She died a couple of days later. This wasn't my earthly mother speaking. She was never one to talk openly of such things as forgiveness. And she wasn't in a mental or physical state at that time to have such a lucid conversation. This was Divine Mother speaking, and I will never forget the clarity of voice and tone. "Whatever you do, I will always forgive you." Do you know that to be true for yourself? When we truly know that we cannot change, break, or destroy love, whatever we do, we then can become a vehicle for unconditional love in the world. When forgiveness is our first instinctive response to the world and to other people, whatever they do, we will have developed to the 6th stage of love. Does unconditional love require us to be completely without defense of any kind? Are we to put ourselves in danger in order to love unconditionally? Of course not. Unconditional love is woven together with wisdom of the highest order. When love has become a living force within, our senses of sight and taste change. For the one who expresses unconditional love, people are now no longer regarded with characteristics, judged as good or evil, black or white, but as fellow souls. These fellow souls do have a colour, although not one of the physical skin or connected primarily to ancestry. Their appearance, as seen through the eyes of unconditional love, is like a cloud of colour. Simultaneously, there develops a new sense of taste. This is a subtle sense of inner taste. It's not connected to food or drink. These subtle inner senses are infinitely more reliable than those expressed through the organs of the physical body, being without judgments developed through conditioning, personal history, or culture. These inner senses of colour and taste protect the one who loves unconditionally from inappropriate, destructive relationships or foolhardy actions. There are some people on earth today, albeit comparatively few in number, who express unconditional love consistently. There are a larger number of men and women, although still comparatively small, who express unconditional love from time to time. And there are far more human beings alive on Earth, still small in number compared to the billions who inhabit this planet, who experience glimpses of unconditional love, either through their own lives or as recipients of such love from others. This is the culmination of our purpose on Earth, to attain the capability to express unconditional love. Stage 7. Pure love. There are many further realms of love that await our discovery, but these realms are beyond most of us at this stage of our development. Beyond unconditional love, one may become aware of the feelings of spirit. It's possible to experience the 7th stage of love in rare moments. They are those life-changing moments that we may experience almost like a dream, and yet they remain with us in greater clarity than the everyday experiences of our waking consciousness. These are epiphany moments. They blissfully interrupt our mundane lives from time to time. These are the rare and precious moments when we find ourselves connected to the source of love that's constantly rained upon the earth by spiritual beings that have already passed beyond the fully evolved human being. During our earthly lifetime, the normal human being will have at least one opportunity to experience pure love. Whether or not they recognize the event and whether or not they respond will determine the course of the remainder of their life. Magical practice. Every day for the next 7 days, take some time to organize a private space where you can spend at least 5 minutes where you won't be interrupted. Sit quietly in a comfortable chair or lay on your back on the floor or on your bed. Breathe deeply and slowly, in and out of your nose, allowing the stomach, the belly area to rise and fall with each inhalation and exhalation. Now imagine that you were loved completely, thoroughly, entirely, inside and outside. Imagine that somebody loved everything about you, that there was no need to change anything, in order to be completely loved. Imagine that your nose was loved equally with your feet. Imagine that somebody loved your kneecaps and the backs of your knees. Think what it would be like if somebody loved your liver, your nervous system, your blood. Now allow this someone to love you while knowing your past and regardless of what you may do in the future. Imagine a situation whereby it would be impossible to make this somebody reject you, give up on you, or stop loving you, even for a moment. Now go a little further and imagine this somebody who loves you in this way is neither a family member, nor a lover, not even a friend. This somebody who loves you in this way could be a stranger, yet one who can see all your humanity, your weaknesses, your frailties, and is able to gaze into your eyes and fully connect with you. Imagine this someone as being of a different race or culture to you, different age group or sexual orientation. Now, imagine your life in danger. There's nobody around to save you except this someone. Thank God that this someone loves you in the way described. Now allow yourself to feel loved in this way and let that feeling ripple through you. Let it charge your body, your mind, and your life. Something powerful is stirring within. If you've enjoyed this episode, you can download my ebook, The 7 Stages of Love, completely free. Just go to the link that's in the comments column below. Take this thought away with you. Love is in you. You are love. Thank you for listening. I'm David Brown, and this is the Alchemy of Sex and Spirit.